What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. This is Late Night Live, episode 10. What a do. We got three other great guys with me tonight. Hey, we got who should we start with? We got Ace of Jacks Media Grounds. First of all, hey, how you doing, Chris?
Good. Another great week to be here.
Yeah. We got 8-bit gaming legend at the pool. How you
Not at the
doing?
pool, but I am at TFCon LA down in Burbank right now.
Burbank, California.
Yeah, I would say come and check it out, but I don't know what to expect. So we'll a story to follow next week, I guess.
Looking
That's
forward to
awesome. Well, you can talk about also you went to Emerald City Comic Con last week.
Oh, that is right. I did that. I did make an appearance there. Yes.
You're just going all over the country.
that. Were you signing autographs or just?
My fan club didn't know I was there, so I didn't. They didn't get the email, but they'll get it next year.
Yeah, all right.
And Eric, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. It's good to be back. Nice to see you all.
So we wanted to go over. I think we all of us have seen Dune. We can talk about that. And there was an Xbox show on Wednesday. But the main topic tonight we're going to talk about is the Sidequest Expo tomorrow, formerly known as the Portland Video Game Swap Meet. I'm not sure why they ever changed the name. I get that Sidequest Games is trying to promote their brand, but I think they had a really nice name with the Portland Video Game Swap Meet. It's been there for several years, and I don't know, that it still doesn't agree with me, but it is what it is. I was gonna play my video I made last year. If this doesn't look good, let me know, guys.
It looks okay.
But yeah, the first part of it I got going super fast. But Eric was there.
Yeah, I saw my face.
Both you guys were there. All you guys were there. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff to buy. Dathan, you're not going to be there, obviously, but hopefully, Eric, you'll be there. Thinking about it.
I am thinking about it. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. I've always had a good time there in the past, mostly just hanging out with you guys. But it's cool. There's some good stuff there.
Yeah, there's plenty of games. Looks like they have plenty of toys. There's old Joe. I talked to him earlier this week. He was thinking about going, maybe. He got DuckTales 2. Bucky over here. I do like getting those NES games loose. And I was thinking about maybe some of the games I was maybe thinking about getting was some of the Mega Man games. I don't have any Mega Man games on the NES.
That's a gap. You need to fill that gap.
Yeah. I was kind of looking at like the top 100 NES games.
Sure.
And like that was coming on my list. I don't have Super C, the sequel to Contra. So maybe if I see a good price on that. There was a couple other ones. Snake Rattle and Roll was up in the top 100 for whatever reason. I had that as a kid, so I think I should pick that up. There was like an Adventures to Dreamland game I don't have that was up there. I can't remember what the full title of that one was, but
Wasn't that Finding Nemo?
Yeah, Finding Nemo. Yeah. I've seen games like I remember from the old Nintendo Power that had the strategy guides. I was like, oh, yeah. Be interesting to see if anyone has any like new wave toys there. A ton of the old systems and controllers.
Yeah, there was a Atari Jaguar with the CD-ROM there. Yep, there it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
I
what I
think
remember.
someone also had the Xbox TV uh, from from the first Xbox. I think it was right around this area. This is like the second room. Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I've ever seen one of those.
I used to
Power go up.
have
Yeah, there it is.
in college. Somebody gave me a PlayStation like pedestal that I used as an end table, like for most of college. It was like a waist high pedestal that they would install the original PlayStation on as for a demo that you could play in shops. I
Mhm.
forget where I found it. I think my brother used to work at Fred Meyer in the electronics department. That might have been where I got it. But yeah, I had that thing for ages, and I'm kind of kicking myself for letting it go.
That'd be cool if I saw something like that at one of these shows. I'd be interested in picking it up too.
Yeah,
Maybe not a PlayStation one, but like I see a lot of that. I've seen there's a GameCube one. There's an original Super Nintendo one.
yeah.
I don't remember the being an NES one.
I think there was an NES one. If I'm thinking of the same thing, wasn't it like a?
There was an arcade machine that played NES
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, I remember that, but I remember there was a little. Maybe it's not the same. Maybe I'm thinking of something else, but it was like a little dock where you could put your NES on top, and you could open up the cabinets, and there's a spot for I think 7 or 8 games or something like that. But it had this weird. It was white, and it had this weird Mario on the cover.
Hmm.
I've seen him a few times. That may be something else that I'm thinking of. There's no way that thing is worth $100. There's
Yeah,
no,
it looks
No.
damaged as heck.
no way that's $100.
I mean, even pristine, I don't think I would.
No.
And I think if you guys go to these, I think they're willing to negotiate.
Oh yeah,
They don't want to take some of this stuff home. I hope they don't.
That might be part of the reason why they changed to the Sidequest Expo is because they were finding more of these people don't want to negotiate with the prices. And so by changing it from a swap meet to an expo, it's kind of, giving
It's
the
more,
illusion that
yeah, it's
these,
a little more friendly to the dealer, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, they could have kept the swap meet title in there, but they chose not to. Oh,
Virtual Boy.
350 for a
I've got one.
virtual. You do have one?
Yeah, I've got one of those. I got it brand new. My grandmother got it for us for Christmas one year.
I remember that the NES that's modded to what? That looks so weird. No problem finding a copy of Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've got a loose copy of Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, I had to reacquire a copy because my brother we had that game when it originally came out, and he lent it to some kid who never lent it back. So he never gave back to us. So, yeah, I got a replacement copy for us.
Chris, are you thinking about picking anything up tomorrow? What are you?
I
in the
was going to
market
see
for?
if maybe they had a copy of Eternal Darkness for the Nintendo GameCube. I don't have a GameCube, so I'd probably have to look for a GameCube too. But yeah, I really just going to go hang out and see what's there. Hopefully there'll be something worth picking up this time.
There's always some dealer that has a ton of the old, not old, but limited run collector's editions
Yeah.
that no one wanted. Like what the hell? What the heck is that title missing? Never heard of it. There's so many Switch games.
There are.
I wonder how much they're selling for these GameCubes. Yeah, I don't know what I did with mine. Mine's probably in my attic somewhere, but I'd love to boot one up again.
Oh, there's the amiibos.
The only good one is the one on the left, the robot.
I had so many of those. I traded them all in for Bonk's Adventure on NES a few years ago. They were just taking up space.
I think when I'll try to take some video tomorrow, but I want to like do better job at like looking at the prices. I think I was kicking at myself after I did this. Like people want to know what the price of things are. I think it's always interesting to see what it was last year, and then we look and see what it is now.
Yeah. See, I've got a bunch of the Zelda amiibos just because I really like Zelda. And so I was like, yeah, I like little figurines. Don't really use them. But I've got a shelf with them.
Yeah, I got a couple of the Tears of the Kingdom ones and Metroid Dread mainly. I'll see if someone brings a whack ass piece of Defender. There's Metal Jesus. I'm sure the Metal Jesus people will be there selling their stuff. Last time we're there, and like I'm just go up to him, I go, "Hey Jason, how's it going?" And he totally took it back, like, "Whoa, like how do you know my name?"
What time are you guys getting there, do you think?
We're gonna try to be there when they open at 10. I know they're doing like an early bird thing at 9, but you got to pay extra for that.
Yeah.
And I don't see the point. I got Rambo. I got Top Gun. Narc. How much? See, I'm going too fast. Like some of those are $11. What is? Yeah, I could pause it. Looks like Narc is $11.
Yeah.
Don't need any of the Japanese import stuff.
Mm-mm. Some people are crazy for that, though.
Mr. Rightway was there. That's right. He's a cool dude. He was looking to get like a full collection for like his 3DS or something.
Kid
A lot of these vendors are the same vendors that you see at PRGE year
Right.
in and year out. It's basically just different stuff. There's a vendor that Eric and I saw at the Game On Expo. Eric, remember the glass case?
Yeah.
People?
Yeah.
I've seen him since then, I've probably seen him at maybe 7 conventions since that year.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him at Emerald City, and I saw him at Fan Expo a couple times.
Game On in Phoenix, yeah.
Yep.
That's a cool show if you guys ever get a chance to go.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, I think that's happening next week.
Yeah, this is their first year. They moved it from August to March, which is good because it is
so hot last time.
It was terrible. I think it was 110.
110. Trying to get to the fried chicken place.
Yeah, it was not a good time to be down there.
So hot.
Well, Dathan, you could go there next week, man. You gotta
keep the streak alive.
I got a half marathon next week. I gotta take care of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And this is what I bought last year: $40 for 6 mystery games. Mainly, it wasn't anything any good. I think I probably didn't get my money back for that, but it was fun. Chris, do you still have that?
Yep, I got that for my son. He loves Kirby. So he's still got all that.
Dumpster diving and the sports games are in there. I love that.
I did actually find a couple games that I did not have in there. They weren't sports games. It was I think it was Load Runner, I think, or something. And there was another one that was probably should not have been in there, but it was.
Anticipation.
Oh, okay. $75 for that's a Japanese one.
And it won't read discs.
It won't read discs.
It won't read the US discs. They're region locked, right?
That's no good.
Yeah. Which is one of the things I would be on the lookout for myself would be the Game Boy Advance player for the GameCube. I keep looking for one at a reasonable price, and the one in the U.S. was black, and I have a silver GameCube. So in order to get one that matches the silver GameCube, you need to get the Japanese version, right? Because
Right.
in the Japanese market, they had different colors that for the GameCube or the advanced player that matched your different colors for GameCube. And you need a disc to load the drivers to run the adapter, the GameCube, the Game Boy Advance adapter for your GameCube. And the Japanese versions have the Japanese disc, which doesn't work with the American GameCube. So in order to get a silver advanced player for the GameCube, I need an American disc and a Japanese silver player, Game Boy player. But I have the American disc, so really I'm just on the lookout for a silver player. So I'm halfway there.
All right, let's look out for that tomorrow.
There you go. Well, Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
That kind of reminds me of the Dreamcast, and I will be looking for the Dreamcast stuff here too. But using a Dreamcast boot disc to play burned Dreamcast games, we totally did that back in college, Chris. Right?
Yep.
Remember, I had a whole booklet of those burned Dreamcast games. I don't know what the heck I did with it.
Oh, I had 3 of the big old spindles of CDs just filled with burned discs.
I think everyone like back in the 90s, like we totally had like in your car, you had those CDs in the little slots and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's how you did it.
Your visor, all your sun visor doubled as a storage space for your CDs, your burned CDs that your friend gave you or whatever.
Yeah.
You made your own like little mixtape.
So expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, that's $1,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so expensive.
Not worth it. Now that would be cool.
That was
that's a Steel Battalion.
Steel Battalion, yeah.
Steel Battalion,
How much does he want for it though? Like, I need a key on better on the prices. It looks like he wanted $100 for those Dreamcast controllers. Okay, yeah. BMX. How much did he want for that? I'd be willing to pick that up. We should have got that, Chris.
Oh yeah, the days of BMX Triple X.
It was so good.
Was it?
I forgot to put that in there.
Nice.
Anyway.
There you go. Yeah.
I like your Space Quest background there. That's great.
Yeah, all right. We're trying it out. I don't know how we can best see it, but
that's what, Space Quest 3, I think.
Yep.
Solid game.
Really good. Chris, do you have the list there for the Xbox showcase that happened?
Yeah, the Xbox partner preview.
Right.
They had if you want, I can just list off the name of the games that they announced.
Yeah, well, go ahead. But I just want to say, and I don't know if Dathan or Eric, you watched it, but
I missed it.
I wasn't that interested in anything they had to show. I watched it with my kids, and the 2 games that they were interested in the Roblox Chucky game, and I've already told my son, like, we're not doing Chucky.
No,
because we played it on Pinball M. There's a Chucky game on there, and we got in trouble because there's like he drops a whole bunch of F-bombs and stuff in that pinball game. My wife got really mad.
Yeah.
We're not doing Chucky. So, and that's crazy. They're doing it in Roblox because he's 5 and he's playing Roblox, and they're putting Chucky in that. That's whack to me.
Yeah.
And the other game that we thought could be interesting was the monster truck game. But other than that, like, I don't know. It seemed like there was maybe another Souls game. Chris, you can go through the list, but
So there was Unknown 9 Awakening, which the trailer that they put out, it was like you could take over people as a spirit. Uh, it it really didn't look all that great to me. They had one called Sleight of Hand, The Altars, Creatures of Ava, and then of course Roblox Griefville X Chucky, which obviously with that one they must be doing well enough to be able to license Chucky within the Roblox game. So
great.
the Sinking City 2, I played the first one and I like games that add like a sanity meter when they're dealing with like HP Lovecraft storylines and everything. The first one wasn't bad. It just had some flaws in it. So I don't know if the second one's going to fix a lot of the problems the first one had. And then, of course, Final Fantasy 14 is finally coming to the Xbox for those who have played the MMO. And then there's Stalker, the original trilogy. Never played it, but I've heard Stalker's a really good series.
There's some video. There we go.
And Monster Jam Showdown. Of course, Persona 3 Reload, the expansion pass. The first Berserker.
Yeah, where's that Berserker?
It should be right there.
I got it. This looked kind of cool. It looks like Elden Ring a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe with some of those Ronin games or something, the style of it.
Well, I believe this is from the developers of Dungeon Fighter Online, Nexon. And this was a game that they'd announced years and years ago. Well, it was supposed to be their first standalone title. Because he's supposed to be one of the characters you talk to in the Dungeon Fighter Online before you go into areas. So I don't know. It looks interesting. I like the cinematics. The art style is unique, but I'm not sure how it's going to play out.
Is there blood?
Yeah,
there might be. Oh, there might be a little blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Tales of Kenzera platformer. Not too interested.
Frostpunk 2.
Frostpunk. This Capcom game, Path of the Goddess. I think they've showed this one before.
This one makes me. It makes me think of a hybrid tower defense game because you're supposed to tell your people where to go, and it's like the area that you fight in is a gate. So I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with that one, to be honest.
Oh, Chris, have you played the Stalker original game? So that could be cool. They're working on Stalker 2 in Ukraine. These guys are making it in this video game in Ukraine, which is absolutely crazy with the war going on. But they're gonna have this version where you can play the original.
Yeah,
could be dope.
I've heard it's a really good game.
Shadow of Chernobyl. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14. Yeah.
Such a good series.
I'm happy that's going to be going to Xbox, but like I think for the game, like I'm not too interested in it right now.
Have you seen that clip? Sorry, going back to Stalker. There's a clip of somebody saying Look, I'm not kidding you. I'm absolutely serious right now. If you want to learn how to properly shoot an underbarrel launcher, either Soviet or American made, you have to play hours of Stalker. So some guy in Ukraine is like telling other guys how to get good at launching grenades. You need to play Stalker.
Oh, brother. Well, I'll try it out. Is it going to Game Pass? Did they say that, Chris?
I believe all these are coming to the Game Pass.
Did we lose Dathan? There he is.
Sorry, the Wi-Fi in the Marriott Burbank is not the best.
That's okay.
I'm sure there's a lot of Transformer people getting prepped for tomorrow, getting their list ready to go.
They're doing their Transformers live stream.
Yeah, probably.
And then there was this game, Sleight of Hand. It looks like it's going to be a card game. I like the art style.
Card game, what, like Magic or?
Yeah, like you throw different cards down. There's no like in action.
Yeah, upcoming third-person stealth game where you use a cursed deck of cards.
Oh, huh. That could be cool. I mean, yeah, that's a kind of game that I would be interested in.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I did pick up Prince of Persia, the new one.
Did you get it for $30?
I got it for 20.
You got it for 20? That's a steal, dude. That's a great game.
Yeah, you know, it's an Ubisoft game.
Mhm.
Only what, 3 weeks it's been out?
Where'd you get it for $20?
Best Buy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Did you get it for Switch or what did you get it for?
I got it for the Switch. Yeah.
Nice.
I've been playing it. It plays smooth on the Switch, just like the demo did. And being able to jump in and out of it just makes it so much easier than playing it on Xbox or PS5 right now.
I'm gonna make a note of that.
But,
I've seen it for 30 right now. I didn't see it for 20, but
yeah, no, I saw that they had it advertised at 30, but when I went in, I only paid 20 for it. So
there was a few weeks ago we were talking about some games that what we were playing. I think it was Eric, your first stream, and it was the games that were on Steam. It was like the old school point and click games. I think there were 5 parts or something. Do you remember what those were?
Don't.
Okay, because I remember he said you can play part 4. You don't have to play parts 1 and 2. You can just go right into it. They were super cheap. Do you remember what those were?
Oh! I think I was talking about Star Control when that went with playing the second part. Yeah, that game is free. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, that dropped on Steam like 3 weeks ago whenever I was first on. Yeah.
Okay.
Say in spirits, did y'all see that Sony dropped a demo for Stellar Blade today and then pulled it? And if you downloaded it already, they wiped it off your drive if you were connected. Yeah, you had to have turned off your internet
in order to hold on to the demo. That's crazy.
That's crazy how they can do that.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that.
I'm curious why they pulled the demo. There was obviously something wrong they didn't want to put out there.
Maybe it was all that plot. You know,
there's also a whole thing online where PlayStation users were losing their digital library this week. And like their entire digital library from like PS3, PS4, PS5, there's some kind of glitch. And Sony is apparently aware of it and they're working on it. But they haven't really been too public about it. But there's like whole Reddit threads about it right now.
You know, everybody's got one of those stories. Or they know somebody who it's happened to them. You know, and my version of that story is something like what was it called? iTunes, right? I had a not a huge collection, but you know, back in the early mid 2000s, whenever it was when iTunes came out, I'd occasionally get gift cards as gifts for iTunes, and so I'd get an album that I wanted digitally rather than a physical copy. And I'm on, I think, my 5th Apple computer since then, and I recently installed or booted up music and try to get my library back, and it's gone. And
Oh no.
I swear to God, I've spent like 12 hours of my life on hold with Apple trying to talk to the right people. I've been escalated from, the frontline help all the way up to an engineer, person twice. And he's told me, oh, I'll present this to my team and we'll have a solution here, and never did. So all the stuff that I bought with all those, they're gone. Yeah. So I'm sure it's going to happen again to me, or, it might happen to you guys. It's happening to people. Like, digital assets can easily be lost. That's why I'm a big fan of physical media. I'm sure a lot of people are for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Wow,
You don't
that
own
really
anything
sucks.
anymore. Yeah. You don't own anything. It's dumb.
Huh. Did you not have an iPhone?
No, I'm one of those weirdos who's on Android but loves his Mac.
There's your problem. They knew you had they knew you had the wrong phone. Because like I had an iPhone. I've had an iPhone since when it first came out, and my digital library has been with me the whole time, and I still have everything. So
Sure.
that really sucks, Eric. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll spend another 12 hours of my life on hold before I talk to somebody, and they'll fix it. But it's been months and it hasn't been fixed. So I don't.
We need to get Napster and what are the LimeWire? We need to get that going again.
Yeah, dude. Well, what is it? Plex? Is that right? You host your own media on a Plex server, and then it acts very much like Netflix does for stuff that you own. That's probably a week-long project I might take up at some point, is to digitize, or a lot of my stuff's already digitized, but put it on a server somewhere and open it up to the internet so I can get to it from anywhere. And I guess you can share it with people too if you wanted to.
Adam, what's going on? Dark Empire, physical media for the win. Just sucks when limited games overcharges and ships your orders very, very late. Yeah. Well, we can go a whole story about them too. They'll give you a discount to rebuy everything.
Of course
Eric.
they will. Yeah, of course. Keep that stream of revenue alive every few years whenever I get a new laptop.
Well, you better buy Apple. Oh man.
I also picked up Helldivers 2 this week.
Oh, did you? Everybody at work's talking about it.
Yeah,
how do you like it?
I have to say that for a live service game, it does it right. So you essentially go in and pick the area you're going to go and, use managed democracy to spread it across the universe. You got to make sure everybody. But you got the automaton universe, and then you've got the insect universe. But as everybody comes together and kind of spreads the managed democracy, you open up things. So like last night I went to
did you get it on Steam?
Yeah, I got it on Steam.
Okay.
But it's got cross play, so I can play with like PS5 players too. Cool. But like I'd gone to the planet TN Kiev, which is in the automaton universe. And it was like at 79%. It was like 79% liberated is what they call it. And this morning it got liberated, and with that it opened up mech suits you can call down.
Oh, I heard that they were releasing that. How does that work? Do you need to like play the game so much before you can use
it's just
them?
open to everybody?
Do you? Yeah.
It's opened up to everybody. So you buy the game, but it's like once new planets or new solar systems have been liberated, they open up new things. I know last week there was what was being called Space Vietnam was lost. And I was like, oh, hey, and that's like far into the automaton zone and everything. So
is it all co-op? Like you're all playing together? There's no PvP, right?
No PvP. It's just PvE.
Yeah.
You can use real money to buy like new weapons and things for your loadout, or you can just play the game and it gives you the currency over time.
Sure.
So I mean, as far as live service games, this one so far from what I've played and seen of it, I'm like, this is the way live service games should be, versus like Kill the Justice League, the Suicide Squad game, which is already they've announced.
I still don't understand why that even is a live service game. Doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense to me.
I
That's a
don't
single
know.
player game.
Yeah, and that's one of those that was they've already announced it was a failure, and Warner Brothers has said they're
Right.
going forward with live service for all their games. So even though it's a failure, they're going to continue to do it.
No, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
well, I mean, they've made a lot of those movies that have not exactly been well received, and they still continue to do it. So it's kind of their MO.
Well, when you have a movie that you're like, oh, it's a failure, $800 million, it's like, is it a failure?
Yeah.
Because they still call the Harry Potter movies a failure. They made $2 billion in the box office, and they're like, we haven't made a single penny on these things.
That I wouldn't know, Chris. You're the movie
Yeah.
guy. But I do know good transition time. I take it you guys have all seen Dune 2 now. Dathan, have you seen it?
I have not seen it yet. I'm not going to see it
Okay.
until Wednesday.
All right, we won't go into like.
What?
I just want to say, like, dang, that is a freaking movie, guys. Like, wow, that might be in my one of my top sci-fi movies of all time now.
Really?
And I keep seeing clips of the original. Okay, I won't spoil it. Fine.
No spoilers.
But like, I keep seeing clips of the original 1984 movie.
Yeah, sure.
And there is no comparison. The director, Denis Villeneuve, he knocked it out of the park. The writing is amazing, and I love how they ended it. And my wife disagreed with me; she didn't like the ending. But when you see the ending, it's very instant and cuts you off, and I think it makes you want more.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly like the books. Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying last time. Like some of the
Right.
changes they made were, I think, really enhanced the world rather than you don't feel like you're missing things from the book because they changed it. You feel like they've added to the world rather than subtracted, and that's a lot of those changes were welcome. But like I said, I'm a Mentat fan, and you don't get to see any Mentats in the second film. That bummed me out.
Well,
and I watched an interview with Denis Villeneuve where he talks about this is his version is the Bene Gesserit story, which is why we don't have the Mentats.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I haven't read any of the other books, but apparently in the later books, the Mentats have gone away, so they solely focus on the Bene Gesserits. Yeah. So if he's going to continue making the movies like he said, then I can understand why you would go that route.
Now that you mention it, it seems like he cut out a lot of the major factions, power brokers in the Dune universe, in the literary version of the Dune universe. So like, awesome, dude. I hear that's such a killer toy.
This is why, like, I get obsessed. Like, if there's like a freaking good movie or a video game or something, I will go all out. So I went and got that. Not only did I get that, there's a beautiful art book I haven't even opened yet.
Okay.
It was half off on Amazon.
Nice.
And then I ordered some of the movie posters, and I was hoping I would get some this week, but they're not here yet. But I was thinking about putting the Dune one back there, replace that Star Trek one. So anyway, I think Dune 2 is incredible. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
we'll stop talking about it, but
the music was great too. Like,
oh yeah, Hans Zimmer, I believe, did it. Same guy that did Batman, The Dark Knight, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, knocked it out.
I'm hoping Mondo vinyl. I don't know if you guys have ever, if you purchase
Mhm.
vinyl,
Yeah,
but Mono
yeah,
Vinyl has
right.
a lot of great stuff. They do like limited runs with like really elaborate artwork and cool color pressings and stuff like that. For the vinyl, I'm hoping that if Dune gets released, soundtrack gets released there, I'll probably pick it up because the music's great.
Adam says, "Wow, the first one was really boring to me, but I've heard great reviews, like from you, Ryan. Not sure how much you liked it. And if you're talking about, are you talking about the one from a couple years ago, or are you talking about the 1984 one?
I think he means the first Dune Villeneuve Dune Part 1. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
It's slow because it has to set everything up, right? But it pays off in the second film.
Oh, the
and
pacing's so much better in the
you
second.
definitely need to see that first one.
Sure. Yeah. Mhm.
It goes right into it cuts off right from that first one where it ends. It goes right in the next one. I like how there's like there's no explanation. There's about what happened in the last movie. They expect you to watch it.
Yeah.
Respect the audience's intelligence. I appreciate that. Just go
Sure.
right into it. We know what happened. Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. My brother watched it, and he said with his kid, he watched it with one of his kids, and he said they were a little bit confused about what was going on. And I think it's because they haven't read the book. And I'd like to talk to people who haven't read the book but watch the second film and see how easy it is to understand without that background of having understood, the book material.
I haven't read the book.
Okay, so
So I
yeah,
do know,
you love it.
yeah, Frank Herbert, and I think I knew this, but he went to high school at North Salem High,
Really?
and yeah, and he went to University of Washington to get his college degree,
Right,
and then he was started working for. It wasn't called the Statesman Journal back in the 40s or 50s. It was just called the Oregon Journal.
right.
But then they sent him on assignment to Florence to
Yeah,
do an
right.
assignment on the dunes. And
The
that's where he got
invasive
the
species.
idea to
Mhm.
do something with the dunes.
Yep.
And then I guess he was also really into mushrooms and the power of I can't
Yeah.
remember what that's called again, but like
Psychedelics.
So yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
psychedelics. So that's where the spice comes in. So it's
That's
really
definitely.
interesting. He's a really interesting guy, and I actually watched one of his interviews. He was talking about he gives an interview right before that first movie came out in 1984,
Hmm.
and he's got some interesting ideas, and we can all. I'll say this too. Like this movie has some really interesting ideas on politics, some really interesting ideas on religion,
Mm-hmm.
and some really interesting ideas on like not leadership but like forcing someone into power. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the next movie is going to show that it's not gonna fly for the most
Mm-hmm.
part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some really good things I like movies that make you think after you leave the theater, like yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't
So
realize you went to North, but I knew that. Yeah, I knew that.
it wasn't called North back in.
Right. It was the only
It's
school.
just called
there,
yeah,
you know,
but
Salem High School.
that's what it was. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, huh.
But I did know that. Yeah, I think he was doing a piece on an invasive species that was changing the way that the dunes were being formed. And so like the network of roots of these weeds essentially would change how the dunes were forming on the beaches there. And so that was one of the inspirations for making the film. That's why it's so, or making the book rather, sorry. It's why it's so ecologically focused, is because he was doing an ecology piece for the Statesman Journal. I do remember hearing that.
Right. So it's really cool. Anyway, I don't normally see too many movies. I think we're gonna go see Ghostbusters here in a couple of weeks, but
I don't know if
man,
anybody's watched, but Shogun on FX is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, is it? I heard
Oh.
it. I heard it
Yes.
was getting like a ton of views. I heard.
It is really good. The first episode's a little slow,
Mhm.
but I think they've done 3 of them, and the last one was it's a lot like 2003 Last Samurai, Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Mm.
I like that
But
film.
it is fantastic, and it's definitely worth a watch.
Dang, now you guys are gonna make me watch that too.
It's really good. I kind of wish it wasn't a Netflix, so they'd have them all at once.
Sure.
But yeah, it's really good.
Speaking of Netflix and Japanese media, I don't know if you all have seen Blue Eye Samurai, but I really recommend that you watch that one too.
I watched the first episode. It was really good.
Very good.
What's it called again? I'm taking notes so I can remember.
Blue Eye Samurai.
Here.
It's an animated. It's an American animated series, but it's based in Japan. And it's amazing. It starts off a little slow, but once you get to like episode 2, middle of episode 2, it's really great. And it just gets better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kira Toriyama passed away. Creator of Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball's, yeah.
Yeah, he's what, 68, I think it was.
Yeah, it was on the younger side. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
I never watched Dragon Ball, but I did read about it today.
Well, he also did all the art styles for the Dragon Quest games.
Oh,
NES.
yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of media out there that he had a hand in. Well, you guys see the trailer for the Fallout series on Prime?
I did.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With the guy with the he's missing his nose.
Yeah. I it looked like it could go either way, you know.
I like how I touched my nose when I said that.
Just make sure it's still there. You know.
It's still there.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best, but it seemed like one of those trailers where they wanted it could be the case that the people who are making that media might have some agenda that they're trying to push that I'm not exactly behind. You know, that's just the sense that I got, but maybe not. Maybe it'll be just a fun piece of something to watch, which would be cool.
It looks like it's trying to carry over the aesthetics from the games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as that, I was like, okay, I kind of feel like this is going on. If we don't have Ron Perlman narrating the opening, you know, war never changes.
Yeah.
You know?
I like Ron Perlman.
I do too, but you know, was it Fallout 3? You know, the opening of it, it's like war.
Every Fallout, or at least every one that I've seen. But yeah, opens with war never changes. But yeah, I was like, okay, when are they going to say it? But they never said it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. They better start that way though.
Yeah. What was it? One of the lines in that trailer was, "You come from a world of rules." It's like, okay. Yeah,
we all come from a world of rules.
Yeah.
I lived in a vault. I got a nice suit. It's clean.
Hey, Dathan,
Yo.
pick up that water bottle again. That looked really freaky when you did that.
Like that?
Yeah. Drink some water. Whoa! That's like you're in the Matrix.
A little bit, yeah. It's because the camera's like pointed at a weird angle. Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, Cyan Spirits. Keep agenda and politics out of things I enjoy, but on some level, I think everything's political, or it certainly could be read that way. But when it's so obvious what they're trying to promote, rather than, it's one thing to make you think about something, right? Like, here's an alternative point of view you might not have thought about. That's, you know, that's fine. But if it feels like they're trying to make me believe the things they believe, you know, pretty obviously, then I get my feathers ruffled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
David says the biggest legitimate criticism I've seen for Fallout is the Brotherhood of Steel's helmet opening. They aren't supposed to do that.
Well, you know, have we seen a TV show be 100% accurate to
any video game?
Yeah, I mean, look at the Halo series. You got Master Cheeks. No, we don't even get Master Chief in the Halo.
Did they show his cheeks?
Yeah, there's an episode where he's fully naked, and so that was where the whole Master Cheeks came from. Was like it's the backside of him, and it's just it's surprising to me, but it's not to like listen to the interviews of the actor where he's like, "We're being 100% faithful to the source material," and then they're like, "Oh, I got to take my helmet off because otherwise people won't know who the actor is playing the role."
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I do like that comment. Good writers are scarce. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, maybe writers who aren't like, what's the phrase that I've heard tossed around that I
They're
like?
not afraid to just put some new stuff out there and tread. They're not always using up the same old that we always see.
Right. Ideologically possessed. They're not ideologically possessed. Because if somebody gives you a little piece of their argument and in your head you're already predicting where this argument's going to go because you've heard the talking points so many times, then you're not even really talking to a person anymore. You're talking to somebody who's just spouting the same idea someone else had. And I think that's kind of the problem we have now, is people just absorb these ideas so much that they just parrot them rather than really understand them for themselves. But now I'm getting political, so
I agree with you. Yeah.
I guess in short, people should surprise you. If you're talking to somebody and they don't surprise you, then find something more interesting. All right.
I know, right? That's why I got him on the show.
It's been 44 years. I think my number's coming up soon. I think some things are going to start happening to me now.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going big time.
Yeah. Well, I'm on this show. This is it. This is the big time. This is it.
I'm at a Transformers convention right now. So we talk about
you
big
made
time.
it.
Well, let's talk about that, Dathan. So what's on the agenda? So what happened today, and then what's going on exactly tomorrow? Like what?
Okay, so it's a 3-day. Well, it's more of a 2.5-day show. So what happened earlier today? I think at 5:00. They let the people that bought a premium pass go in to buy convention exclusive toys. And it was a select. They had maybe 5 or 6 or something like that. And it started at, I think it's scheduled at 6:00. And then, so I got down there, I think at 4:15, because I went and had a beer and went to the bar and then walked back in. There's already people lined up. Maybe 150 people in line for very, very few of these exclusives.
Are these the ones exclusives like the ones they had at CyberCon? They're not licensed. They're just somebody made them for the conference.
No,
they gotta be exclusive. Yeah,
this is a legit. I don't. They're still in the box. Otherwise, I'd show them.
Sure.
I did get a couple, but they're. Hold on one second. Let me see if it'll show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Because at CyberCon, the exclusive you could get there is like it wasn't branded.
That looks totally weird.
I know.
Is that green? What is that?
It's the background. I'm trying to get a good angle.
You are in the Matrix.
I know. Hold on. Let me see if I can I get rid of the background? Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Virtual background.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah. So you'll just see the regular background. Okay. Okay. So like that.
Looks expensive.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's just like it's one of the secret toys.
Yeah.
So they have stuff. They had stuff like that, and then
Nice.
So they did that for 1 hour, and then tomorrow and Sunday is when they're going to be doing. They're going to have a few more exclusives. From what I was told, is that people are just going to race to get to the front of the store. It's going to be or the show floor. It's going to be a madhouse trying to get however many that are there. And then they have voice actors. Peter Cullen, Optimus Prime is going to be there.
Wow.
Frank Welker is going to be there. Megatron.
Wow. Big guns.
Leonard Nimoy going to be there? I guess
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
I would have
they've got
gone if he was there.
just a bunch of other voice actors from the 1986 the movie and the cartoon. They got some comic book guests there. Stan Bush, who
Nice.
did the soundtrack.
You brought the album, right?
Oh, you damn right I did.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There'll be some vendors doing some toys and stuff like that. But I'm kind of tapped out for toys. I got to get this stuff home somehow. So I think I'm pretty much maxed out for right now.
Are you just there by yourself, or did you bring your wife with you?
I am flying solo. Wife did
Wow.
not
You were living the life.
Well, I want to say yes, but when I got here, like I said at the beginning of the show, like what the hell am I doing? Like, I flew down here just to buy toys.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good experience. I met some cool people so far. There was a guy that I was just down at the bar, and he's actually at the show, and he's like, I used to play football for USC, and so I talked to him for a bit, and so.
Did you tell him you're on a YouTube channel?
I did, actually. We were talking about, he started talking about podcasts and comics, and I was like, well, guess what I'm doing tonight at 9:00. So I told him about that, and
nice.
And yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, sounds like you're gonna have a great time, and
I hope so.
We're really come back with
come back with pictures, dude. I want to see.
Yeah,
there's gonna be pictures. I promise. That's the plan for tomorrow.
Do they have any of the original Transformer toys that were the metal ones?
Oh yeah, they'll be there. For what we got to see tonight, it was just stuff that they made specifically for this expo. So there'll be vendors that'll have original 1984, 86 toys for sale. They'll be super expensive, but they'll have them.
Sure. I'd love to find the original.
The newer ones, the Studio series, are actually pretty good quality. I think they're really good quality.
Yeah,
they're made in Vietnam now. I think that might be part of it. They're not Chinese made anymore. And the quality of those toys is actually quite. I've been really impressed with all the ones that I've gotten. So
I wanted to pick
wait. You collect them too?
Megatron.
Yeah, no, I've got some newer. I've gotten some older ones. Yeah, some Transformers. Yeah, for
Chris,
sure.
we need to get. We need to have a GoBots resurgence here. We know that was the Superior show, right? Come on.
Yeah, GoBots.
Because when we were a kid, like that's all my parents could afford to get me was the GoBots.
GoBots were good.
Yeah.
No, were they?
Yeah. Okay. So I was debating whether or not I should tell this story, but I feel like I have to now.
We can get to that. Yeah.
We had the GoBot evil base like ship, right? And one of the features of the ship was it had like an intruder alert that you could turn on, and it shot out like an infrared beam, and if you crossed the beam it would like alert. It would give this little sound. And my brother and I, we had cable, right, as kids. And when back in the day, if you had cable as kids, you could kind of get channels you weren't supposed to get.
Chris,
you know what I'm talking about. And so, like, my brother and I would post up on the cable box trying to tune in channels we're not supposed to get, but we would set up the intruder alert on the stairs. So if Mom came up the stairs, we would know way ahead of time.
Was this thing black?
GoBot, it was like black and green and gray.
I think I had that.
Yeah, dude, that.
Oh my god,
saved our bacon while we were trying to get Playboy.
I totally remember using that. Oh, I need to look that up now because I think I used it to freak out my cats and stuff, or I'd use it to see when my sister was coming by.
Yeah,
I totally remember that.
Toy for
wow,
young debauchery.
Well, that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna have to look that up. But anyway, guys, it's been an hour. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Fast.
Yep.
Hang on, we got it. We favorite Transformer. We got to do it.
Okay, right. All right. We got to
Prowl.
go ask the
Prowl's-
Transformer
Prowl-
expert
Prowl's my
first.
favorite.
Dathan, what's your favorite
Oh,
Transformer?
favorite one. You know, I'm not gonna say the standard Optimus. I'm gonna go with Rodimus Prime.
Really?
Yeah,
It's a bold statement.
yeah.
Hmm.
His
Not
design
Hot Rod.
yeah, Hot Rod. His design is really
But
cool.
not Hot Rod. Only Rodimus or Hot Rod and Rodimus?
I would probably go Rodimus Prime.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Eric.
Alrighty's Prowl. Prowl's my guy.
Okay.
The Nissan, 80s Fairlane Z version.
Right.
That's my jam.
Chris.
Mine was the generation Megatron. It turned into the gun.
Gun? Oh yeah.
Completely metal.
Yeah.
And then they, of course, had to change it because it looked too much like a real gun. So they added the orange.
Right.
Yep. The orange capped it.
Yep.
I think mine, and I never was able to buy it, but was it Devastator? It was the green and purple.
Yep. The combiners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That
was
looks
mean.
so cool.
He
I
was
so
tough.
wanted one when I was a kid, and I never was. I got maybe a couple of the Transformers, but I never had the whole thing.
Sure.
So jealous of people who did.
You've seen just south of on I-5, you're headed south, just past Enchanted Forest. There's one of the dump truck. Which one is that?
It's not Mixmaster. It's Long Haul.
Long Haul.
Long. Yeah.
There's a dump truck painted like Long Haul.
Oh,
on
wow.
the side of I-5 down there.
Is it still there?
It was. I mean, it was years ago.
I haven't been down south in years.
I saw a guy driving around in Kaiser yesterday with the mystery machine from Scooby Doo.
Nice. Yeah.
That totally freaked me out, and
That's
it looked
right.
like he was going to In-N-Out or something, or Chick-fil-A. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, Scooby Doo likes In-N-Out. All right.
He would have gotten away with it too.
He probably would have.
If it weren't for you
Yeah.
budgeting kids.
Exactly.
Was it the dinosaurs? Were those the Autobots that combined?
The Dinobots. They didn't combine. but
They- yeah.
Mm-mm.
There was probably something though.
Because I remember there being like a Autobot version of the Devastator, but I don't remember what it was.
Aerial bots combined.
What was that? What was?
Yeah, there might have been another combiner, but it's escaping me right now. But yeah, the aerial bots were the ones, the Autobot ones that combined. At least that's the first one I remember as a kid.
This is totally a topic I hardly know anything about. So, but I
Well,
love it.
you'll have to join us for CyberCon. We can school you.
Yeah, that's in
I guess so.
in August, I think. The first week of August this year.
Cybfest, right? It's Cybfest.
Cyb-
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's some people here that we see at that show every year.
Huh.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They made the trip to the Exodus down there.
they did. Yep. Yes, they did.
Nice. You see Ratchet yet?
No, but I have. Who have I seen? Oh, that's one thing is that they are starting to 3D print their own Transformers now.
Wow.
People are, and they're starting to 3D print like big, like 4 foot tall
Wow.
Transformers. So that's going to be a thing coming up in the next few years, I think. And I think at the next show that we go to, I even think we saw it last year, how much 3D printed stuff there was.
Mm-hmm.
I think
It was pretty small.
yeah, I think we're going to see an expansion of that as time goes on.
Yeah.
You won't even need to go to the toy store anymore.
No, you make it at home.
Walmart. I don't want to go into Walmart. I'm tired. Oh, Chris, you were telling me last week you were able to get Slimer at Walmart.
Yeah.
I freaking went into 2 Walmarts. I could
Couldn't find
not
him?
find him anywhere.
Bummer.
You son of a gun. You like took the last one. I think I'm gonna try to get it on Amazon now. It's like that because I hate going into Walmart. I'll talk about that till I'm blue in the face on this channel if you want, guys. I hate going into Walmart. I swear, every time you go in there, expect to be disappointed. And sure to God, I went in there, I could not find him. And it was like the same way. Moss Man for they've been re-releasing the He-Man toys, and there was a Moss Man last year. I so wanted to get this Moss Man, and I went into so many Walmarts. I finally found him, but it's like killing me. Why make him a Walmart exclusive? That pissed me off. Anyway, all right, sorry.
We could dedicate an entire episode to the people Walmart.
The people Walmart.
Yeah. Well, no. And did I tell you my story too? I was into sports cards last year because Julio Rodriguez was on the cover of Topps baseball cards last year, and Walmart has all their sports cards and their Pokemon cards. They've got them kind of like behind the counter, and the Walmart that's next to me, they've got them really like right next to their checker. And I went back and I was looking at them, and the checker's like, "Hey, you can't be back there. Get out of there!" And like, they're totally thinking I was gonna steal them. Like, no, I just want to look.
Sure.
Like, oh my Lord, I hate Walmart.
They're not known for their high quality service,
My
customer
God.
service there either. So.
What? No way.
No.
I don't believe this. Walmart's the friendliest place on earth.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but not the best customer service.
Can you imagine? Like, that's the future. Like, you just make your own toy with the 3D printer. Like, perfect. Like, I'll make my own Slimer. I don't need to go in there. Just give me the plastic or whatever you need. Everyone needs the printer. Bada bing, bada boom. How long does it take to make some of these? I don't know, but a couple hours later, there you got it cooked. And
try like 24 hours.
24 hours. All right, that's fine. Maybe it gets faster as we're in the year 2024 now, so
because I've had a couple of 3D printers,
right?
And I had a resin one. I wouldn't never recommend a resin 3D printer if you're going to get one.
Why not?
A lot of cleanup involved with them, and then once you finish the print, you have to then put it under a UV light to bake it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Whereas if you're just getting into 3D printing, the PLA 3D printers are much easier to use. Because it's a wire that goes in, it heats it up and then prints the design. But of course, with those ones, you've got the worries of if there's a single error that occurs, then it just completely messes up the entire print.
Sure.
So.
Next Level Pinball in Hillsboro is fantastic.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Ryan's already got a video on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's hear what you had to say about it.
It's good.
Maybe I can pull up my video here.
I am 99% sure that I did find my machine. That
I Whirlwind?
used to have. Yep, I'm pretty sure it was because there was a small chip in the bottom corner, and I remember, and it was still there. So I'm pretty sure that was that's unless it happens with all those machines.
Yeah.
But you can easily get lost in this place.
Sure.
You'll walk by a machine and then you'll think you'll know where I'll come back to play it later. It's that big.
Yeah.
But I think they have, I want close to probably 550 machines, maybe. New pinball, old pinball, everything. Any pinball machine you could think of, they have it there.
That's cool.
It is. Yeah, right. It is. And their lunchbox selection they have on the wall is pretty. It's pretty insane.
Oh, I did want to mention, because I saw some news about somebody's opening, or they've already opened, a small pinball arcade in Lloyd Center. And I don't know if it's every day, but at least the day that somebody went there, it was $8 to get in and free play for the whole time.
Okay.
So
wow.
So I want to see, I really want to see Lloyd Center survive, and I want to see them survive with like cool little niche stores, like some guy had his arcade in his garage and now he put it in Lloyd Center for other people to enjoy. I think that's really cool.
If you guys don't know, the the Lloyd Center is in Portland, Oregon. It's one of the first, I believe it was one of the first malls in America.
It's the first
There's
mall
some,
with an indoor
there's,
skating rink. I know that's true.
right. And I
Yep.
think the president at the time, like, it wasn't Nixon, or maybe it was, I can't remember, but somebody came out to commemorate it or do the ribbon cutting. There's some history behind it. And lately, as I think all malls in the United States, they've really had a hard time lately.
Yeah. Last time I
If
was
you
in
don't have,
there, they were doing it looked like a swap meet or like a Saturday market. Like everybody had their tables out in the hallway, but there weren't almost no stores were still open. It was like maybe
Cool.
20% occupied. It was like wings of that mall felt like a ghost town. It was really bizarre.
But here's what we need to do, guys. Like, if we go to one of these Portland Retro Gaming Expo or something and it's lame, we just need all drive out to this place.
Oh yeah,
and just have a blast for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it is well worth it. I think it's $22 for the whole day, and you can go in and out as you please. They have
They might not have Santa going, but
no, they it wasn't there when I was there. They got food carts out in their parking lot now, and they got little dining areas.
Yeah, that's all you need. How was it busy?
It wasn't the first 45 minutes or so. We got there right when they opened at 10. We went on a Sunday morning, but after about an hour or two, it picked up. There were a bunch of birthday parties happening at the same time, so that may have been it a little bit too. But it was
you can rent private rooms there too. That's
yeah, and they have they've got everything's on free play except for obviously like the crane games where you can win PS5 and stuffed animals and your redemption games.
Sure.
But yeah, their game selection it's definitely on par. I can see why they're rated one of the top pinball places in the world.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Awesome. Yeah, we need to go back there. Chris, you haven't been there yet, right? So
no, I haven't gone there yet.
Me either.
I went to iWings here in Salem this last week.
iWings.
iWings. It's on off of 25th, but they've got an arcade in there, and they've got one pinball machine.
Just one? Just one?
Yeah.
Which
Don't
one
they
is
still
it?
have that? Isn't that still an arcade in downtown Salem? Eric, is it still there?
Yeah, Coin Jam. Coin Jam,
yes.
Coin Jam's good.
Oh.
Yeah, go in there and say hi to CJ. He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you saw the Salem Center Mall was bought out by local investors.
I did hear about that.
So
another mall I hope makes it.
They want to revitalize it, bring it back. So
great.
Maybe that's the way it goes with a lot of these malls is local investors start putting money in their community.
I wonder. Here's what I'm hoping for, and I know that we're way over time. Feel free to cut me off at any point. Here's what
as long as we still got 5 people watching and talking about our little podunk town mall. So
yeah. So Stranger Things, they had the mall season where everybody was crazy about the mall, and then kids these days are going nuts about the 90s again, and mall culture was still relevant and important in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also seeing this backlash against like online dating stuff. Tinder, I mentioned that, fired a bunch of people because they just don't have the user base that they used to. People, I've heard that people are going back to speed dating. Like they want to see people face to face. Like, so I'm hoping there's like this confluence of nostalgia, like youth nostalgia that like we would have had for the 60s, kids are having now for the 90s, media like Stranger Things, and people being sick and tired of staying inside, left over from like the pandemic era, that they want these places they can go and just kind of be around other people and be social, like a place that you would go to be social. And for us, that was the mall, right? And I'm hoping, with Lloyd Center and the Salem Center, that the younger kids will have that experience that we had growing up, being social face to face, instead of being like terminally online and thinking that you know, when you're online, you just kind of react and say whatever you want to people because, you know, there's no chance that they're going to react back to you in some way that is unpleasant.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
You know?
People can talk to you online completely different than they would on a
Right.
one-to-one interaction.
And I think people are losing their social skills because of it, and we need people to be face to face. I'm hoping that the mall can be that for people.
It's a feeling of anonymity when it comes to online talking.
Yeah.
I just don't want to hear any more politics for the rest of the year. Can I sign up for that? Probably not. But
no, I'm gonna spam you.
Oh my
Messages
God, it's gonna get bad.
Yep.
Dude, this is almost the exact conversation I was
Oh
having.
yeah,
Brother
yeah.
Phil. Dude,
It
you're my guy, dude.
Must be in the ether. Like people are having the same thoughts. You know. Hopefully this.
It's because it's a simulation, guys.
We all got the same patch at the same time.
Well, yeah. Well, it's amazing how many people are out there that are just probably in the same scenario as all of us. We're all going through things, and
it's like that crisis of third places. I don't know if you guys heard about the third place, right? Your home's your first place, and then work is your second place. And then where do you go that isn't home or work?
Transformer.
We would Transformer convention.
What if you work from home? Then you're really
right.
screwed.
And a lot of people do. You know, were forced to do that during the pandemic, and so there is no even second place.
Right.
But yeah, third places. You know, especially third places where you aren't expected to spend very much money, are rare. You know, libraries are the first place that come to mind that you could probably go to and hang out at. But
bowling alley. Does anyone go bowling anymore?
Right. But even there, yeah,
you got to spend a little money.
You got to spend a little money at least. But yeah,
your local park.
Don't go to
3 months
Bush Park. Bush Park. There was a shooting there the other day.
Yeah, he just got killed.
Yeah. All right. No, it's been a very interesting conversation, guys. So thank you so very much. Dathan, I am so very jealous that you get to experience this con. So
I'm jealous that you guys get to go to the swap meet tomorrow. I'm pretty bummed that I can't.
We'll show what we come back with.
Yeah. But I mean, what I don't see, I'll see at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo in a few months anyway. So
sure.
It's, you know, it all evens out.
Exactly. All right. Everyone in the chat, I really appreciate you. And some of you guys have been here the whole time. So thank you. Give this video a like. I really appreciate you. Do you guys, if any of you guys have anything to promote, Chris, go watch Chris's YouTube channel, everybody. Give him a sub. He's got movie reviews. He was playing some more Steam games this week, right? From that, they're still having that free Steam Fest.
No, they put those out once a quarter for a week, but the games are always there within your Steam library to play. So I still got several that I haven't gone through.
Oh, I'll talk about this. I got Dungeon Keeper today for $2 on Steam. Did you ever play Dungeon Keeper?
I'm gonna write it down.
I was trying to play it on my Steam Deck. It didn't exactly translate too much. I think I need to play it with a PC, but it's one where you're the keeper of a dungeon and you got little minions and you gotta start digging and you make a whole thing to trap people, and it was a whole big thing back in, I don't know when that game came out.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, so good. I remember putting a whole bunch of time into that one. Chris is insane. Yeah, he is.
Games on Steam. The Command and Conquer series is up there now.
Nice.
Right.
I forgot to plug again. My buddy Jeremy wanted me to make sure if we talked about Dune that I should mention Dune 2, which is the first real-time strategy game that I ever played. Circa 93, 91, 92 maybe. It's a little clunky because you can't like select groups of units, but it was revolutionary when it came out because it was like the first real-time strategy that everybody got hooked on, and that launched the genre. It was well before Red Alert and all of that stuff. It was a real good game for its time. Dune 2, a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Well, now there's going to be a whole new Dune resurgence here, so I'm all for it.
Well, and they did apparently drop last year another Dune Spice Wars real-time strategy game.
Yeah, it's probably based on Dune 2.
Yeah.
Which it should be. All right, guys. I'm going to let some of you guys go to bed. I know we're really late on the East Coast. Thank you so much. Again, give me a like for the channel. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. My channel almost got, we did get 50 subscribers last week.
Crazy.
Nice.
Nice.
We were
Nice.
freaking
Cool.
we were going for it. So we're gonna be up to 1,000 pretty quick here. So I appreciate you. These live streams are helping a lot. Do my short clips, and we're getting out there. We're getting
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right.
Good hang.
Have a good night, guys. Chris, I guess what time did I say I'm picking you up?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. All right. Eric, maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good one. I will be on next week, half marathon next week. So
awesome. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. Everyone pray for him.
Yeah. Pray for me.
Your knees. I'm going to pray for your knees in
Thanks,
particular.
Jason. You're the man.
The
Jason, where you been? Jason is in every other stream. Like he'll show up if I got Michael B. Michael B's not here. I'll get him back. But Jason, you need to be my moderator, dude. He's a moderator on every other channel. Like I'll go on some other guy's YouTube channel. There's Jason. Like, holy moly. What are they doing for you, Jason? How much are they paying you? All right. Have a good night, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Yeah.